I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep the superhero theme going,
Mm?
and it's gonna be the Marvels.
Oh,
The Marvels. Yeah.
go. Oh.
Look, man. Look. I think the Marvels was always going to get an unfair rap because Marvel in general has been flopping. Marvel, everyone knows whether you're a Marvel fan or not, whether you're a Marvel diehard. I'm a
Mhm.
biggest Marvel diehard out there, but even I have to admit they've been flopping. Their films have been flopping. People didn't really feel Ant-Man, Secret Invasion. Less said about that, the better, and I'm going to get to that later. Trust me, I'm going to get to that later. It's just been kind of a She-Hulk, Miss Marvel TV show. Some people didn't like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, there's been a lot of indifference with all of these TV shows. The Marvels, obviously, Eternals, sorry, that film. So there's been a lot of indifference. So again, people's down on Marvel. Then
Mhm. Mhm.
the center of the film, you've got Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, who people in real life kind of don't like because they feel
Mhm.
she's too outspoken. What she said about why she doesn't like walking into a room where it's just white men criticizing her film. So she got a lot of backlash for that. You got
Mhm.
Fiona Paris, who dope actress, but again, she's a black female that unless you watched One Division, you wouldn't know who she was. And then Isman Vizlani as Miss Marvel. Again, I'm gonna be honest. I hated the Miss Marvel TV show. I know people like it, but
Babe.
I know I didn't hate it. The family parts were a joke, but everything about it I did hate. Like, so they already had that rubbishness going into it, and then what did they do with this actual film? They made it even worse, bruv.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna say again, I'll start with the redeeming. The chemistry between the three leads was good. They
Mhm.
bounced off each other well. I genuinely think Tiona Paris is a movie star in the making. I think she
I
needs to
love.
get towards more like again, clone Tyrone. I think obviously she was originally in Chirac and stuff like that. Chirac, that's classic.
So
Like
that's the. She looked amazing. I swear to God.
amazing. She
What?
came, and I think she done well in One Division, but I
Yeah.
just think, and again,
And they clone Tyrone.
Iman, and yeah, and they cloned her on, yeah, like I said. Iman Vellani, um, look, man, like, I can understand why people like her, but I'm going to be truly honest. I'm not like the biggest fan of her portrayal of it. Find her slightly annoying, a bit too fanboyish, and it
Oh.
just kind of gets to me. It kind of, the TV show, she was kind of drawing in that, and I thought, yeah, they're gonna hammer up even more in this film, and they did. And
Oh.
then, what's the big problem that Marvel have had for years? The villain. The villain,
Mm.
absolutely blood clot forgettable.
Oh. Jeez.
Like she's just she was basically upset with Miss Marvel because when Miss Marvel was fighting the Kree, she messed up her planet. So then she was gonna start messing up everyone else's planet and conquering the world. Blah blah blah. It's so generic, bruv. It's so
Mm.
we've seen this all before, especially with superhero. Like,
Yeah.
I think they should have just. I'm surprised they didn't use a previous villain
Mm.
they've used before and didn't use their multiverse thing and say, "Oh, this villain has come back," because
Yeah.
maybe she needed someone to play off her because physically she couldn't beat her. She then had to get the bangles to give her the power, but the bangles was what was transferring the power between the three leads and stuff like that. But it just really her story was not compelling. And I think some of the best superhero movies is when the villain is compelling. From
Yeah.
Batman original, Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
Dark Knight, you want to go Dark Knight, Heath Ledger, you want to go Thanos, you want to go Killmonger. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's when the villain is dope in a superhero movie, it elevates the whole thing. It
Facts.
elevates the whole movie because then you're starting to see what all of the flash and bang basically is all about. There's got to be some substance behind it. The movies that people regard the best comic book movies, there's always some substance behind it. This had no substance. It just felt like Disney and Marvel were saying, Captain Marvel, it made $1 billion. We kind of have to give you a sequel, even though no one really liked Captain Marvel. We only
Yeah.
went to watch Captain Marvel because it was in between Infinity War and Endgame, and we
Facts.
thought that something we'd find out something more about what happened at the end of Infinity War and Captain Marvel. That's the main reason why it made $1 billion. One of the main reasons, I believe. It's the Captain Marvel sequel. Why the blood clot is it called The Marvels? That sounds
Yeah.
like a bloody group. It sounds like a 70s soul group. Like, bro, it should have just been called Captain Marvel 2,
Yeah.
bracket, The Marvels. You kind of
Yeah.
go, you can still use
Yeah.
the title, but I actually think that even made it seem like we don't even want to give you a sequel. We're just doing
Yeah.
it because you want to promote our other shows and
Yeah.
boost up Disney Plus. But again, if I ain't watched Disney Plus, if I ain't got Disney Plus, I don't know who these people are. So why do I care about them? I'm
Mm.
learning about them for the first time in this movie. So yeah, it's just again so much wrong with it. The end credit scene, I think it's not a spoiler. I can do it now. So
Yes. Oh,
the
fuck.
return of Kelsey Grammer as Beast. They don't have him in the physical makeup. It's just a voice. And
Really?
again, I'm happy that X Men is coming in, but one, I think they should have worked on the CGI a bit more. The CGI wasn't great. It looked like they had to rush it through.
This is what I'm
And
saying.
two, it was a
God.
weird. It was just a weird kind of cliffhanger that they ended it on. Um, she got blasted somewhere. I'm not going to give too much away, but again, she kind of meets someone who she has a very long-standing relationship with. Then we find
Mm.
out it's not actually her, and it's just, yeah, just not. There's a. They go to a planet where you can only sing to communicate. So it almost turns into a musical. And then originally that was supposed to be, yeah, that was supposed to be 20 minutes long, supposedly in the original cut. But when they screened it, people were like, nah, bun this, get this out of here. And then the dissing of the black female director at the end, Nia DaCosta, like there was bare rumors about she didn't stay for pre-production. There was a screening. She ducked out on the screening because it was her birthday. And then people that was at the screening actually said, like, bruh, she wasn't even invited until like the last minute and she already had her birthday planned. So what do you expect? They dissed her because during post-production of the Marvels, she went to go start her new movie with Tessa Thompson. They were like, oh, it's a bit unprofessional to leave. It's like, do you know how many male white directors have moved on to other? It's in post production. You filmed everything. You know,
Yeah.
they're just adding the effects and blah blah blah. Like you're allowed to move on to other projects.
Yeah.
Especially, we don't like. She likes working with Tessa Thompson. They have like that little Scorsese DiCaprio
Mm.
thing going on. They've got that. They've done a few things together. So obviously, it's a passion project of hers. So she'd want to move on. Why are you gonna diss her? Because she wants to start on a new movie. It just felt like she got scapegoated.
Yeah.
Again,
Sound.
Marvel fans as well was the feminist movement. I'm sure a lot of people saw a white woman, an Asian woman, and a black woman on the cover and said, "I don't want to. I'm not in this woke culture that's going on, and
Yeah.
I'm not down with it." So it just had so much going from it wrong when it from the beginning. It's
Mm.
ended up as the lowest. It's made the least amount at the box office of any Marvel movie in history. It made less than the Incredible Hulk from 2008, bro. It's the lowest Marvel movie worldwide of all time. And I think the audience are showing how they feel with their reactions.
That's
Yeah,
facts. That's
the audience is like, look, we're not down with it, bruv, and we're not gonna go see your movies now. So just because you're putting on a good end credit scene, I'll give it
mm.
I'll give it 3 out of 10 because the end credit scene, even though it was good to see Beast return. So and then you get a kick of the X Men coming in, so that's fine. And the
Mm.
chemistry between the three, I think, is worth 2 points. I'll give it. I'll spread it out between the three of them. But yeah, other than that, terrible villain. Continuing Marvel's bad streak of recently, like they really need to get it together. They got Deadpool 3. That's the only movie they got so far coming out next year, and I think that's a good thing because everyone's going to check for Deadpool 3. It's highly
Mm.
likely it's going to be joke. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman. It's going to be hard for them to mess that up. So hopefully that's going to be joke, and then we're not getting nothing until 2025. And I think that's good. I think we need a break for Marvel. Marvel needs a break as well. Refocus, get itself sorted, and then yeah, they've got Echo, the TV show coming out. That looks like that could be good, but in terms of movies, they need to take a step back and just say, nah, let's refocus, recalibrate, get back to Infinity War Endgame phase 3 times, and then hopefully we can get back on track. But this was not the wave. This was not the one. This is not it. And I'm sorry. Neil DeCosta, I think you got scapegoated. I don't think you done anything wrong. Yes, you contributed to the writing, but again, allegedly there was a lot of input from Marvel as well. So a lot of looking over the shoulder, blah blah blah. So again, for me, the Marvel's definitely one of the worst watches of 2023.